Group A contains the first host country, New Zealand, along with Norway, Philippines, and Switzerland. New Zealand automatically qualified since they are a host nation, and as you recall, took Oceania's only allocated spot. Norway qualified after winning their UEFA group with 28 points, winning 9 matches and drawing one with 0 losses. Philippines qualified through their semifinal finish in the AFC Asian Cup, securing one of AFC's 6 World Cup slots. And Switzerland qualified by winning a UEFA playoff match. Their second place finish in Group G of UEFA's World Cup qualifying tournament wasn't enough to secure their spot. The Swiss secured their World Cup spot after defeating Wales 2-1 in the UEFA playoffs. Here are their current FIFA rankings, with Norway at 12, New Zealand is 26, Switzerland is 20, and Philippines is ranked at 46. Now let's get into the individual teams. The New Zealand women's team has a nickname of the Ferns. They've qualified for the past 4 World Cups, but have yet been able to advance out of the group stage. In January friendlies against the USA, it was noted by the Ferns their goal for this World Cup is to make it out of the group stage and into the knockout rounds. In the 2012 Olympics, they were able to make it to the quarterfinals. Their last international win was in 2022 in a friendly against Philippines. In April this year, they were able to get a draw against Iceland, who are currently ranked 15th in the world. So the potential for this team to advance into knockout rounds is there. Will the home field advantage finally push them through? Here are the key players for the Ferns. Veterans Allie Riley and Katie Bowen will keep their back line and midfield composed defensively. They'll make the Ferns tough to break down. And steady any nerves for youngsters feeling the pressure of performing well in front of home crowds. Grace Jail. Can they release her to spur their attack? With her and CJ Bott on the right, most of the attack will likely come down that side. Bott tends to push high up the pitch, likely stretching the opponent's defense, giving Jail the space for her to operate. Jail ended the 2022-2023 season with 3 goals and 7 assists for her club, Canberra United. With 33 carries into the final third and 20 carries into the penalty area last season, expect her to take on the defense directly, driving to make her own chances or to slot into teammates. The Norwegian women's team are known as the Grasshoppers. Norway are the likeliest to win this group. Currently ranked 12th in the world and with one of the best players in the world, Ada Hegerberg, Norway has a long history in the Women's World Cup. They've qualified for every tournament since 1991. They are winners of the 1995 game, beating Germany in the final match. They've advanced to the knockout stage every tournament except in 2011. The most recent World Cup saw them make it to the quarterfinals, eventually losing out to England after beating Australia in the round of 16. Setting their storied history aside, their most recent showing at Euros 2022 was lackluster, with them unable to make it out of their group. Their only win in that tournament was against Northern Ireland, losing group matches to England and Austria. Their last win is from the Tournoi de France in February this year, beating Uruguay 1-0, but placing 3rd out of 4 in this tournament behind Denmark and France. Manager Hege Riise took over after their disappointing Euros. Riese's record as a player is accomplished, but as a manager not so much. This may ask too much of the manager and a squad needing a boost in confidence. Norway will likely make it out of the group stage, but how far they get beyond that is questionable given their form over the past year. They have a talented attack, with one of the most dangerous in the tournament this year, but a lack of mental strength amongst the squad could be their undoing. Norway has only played 2 friendlies in 2023, losing to Spain and drawing against Sweden. They did play 4 friendlies in October and November of last year. In contrast to, let's say, Sweden, who played 4 friendlies this year, Norway's 2 friendlies doesn't seem like enough preparation leading up to a World Cup with a new manager. Has their embarrassment of their 8-0 loss to England at the Euros sparked a renewed fight in this team? Ada Hegerberg won the Ballon d'Or in 2018. She wasn't present at the 2019 World Cup in France due to an ongoing dispute with the Norwegian Federation. She missed a lot of this past season at her club Lyon due to injury, but was able to return at the end of the season and featured in national team matches since. She will be the target for any attack by the Grasshoppers. Caroline Graham Hansen is a right winger for Barcelona. She finished the 2022-2023 season for Barcelona with 11 goals and 6 assists for league play and assisted a goal in the Champions League final win over Wolfsburg. Hansen had almost 8 shot-creating actions per 90 this past season. Norway will hope she can contribute as much at the national level. Gera Reiten is a left winger and attacking midfielder who won another WSL title with Chelsea. In the 21 matches for the Blues this season, she has 9 goals and 11 assists in league play. She will be expected to provide for Hegerberg as she has for Chelsea teammate Sam Kerr. The Swiss women's team is called Linati, literally translating to national team. Switzerland are relative newbies to the World Cup tournament, only qualifying for the first time in 2015. In 2015, they advanced out of their group, but did not win their round of 16 match, losing 1-0 to Canada. They were not able to qualify for the 2019 World Cup in France. In Euros 2022, they were unable to win any of their matches in their group, only drawing 1 match against Portugal. Their only wins in the past year have been against Croatia, ranked 59th, Moldova, ranked 111th, and Wales, ranked 30th. Their chances of advancing to the knockout rounds may depend on grit determination from their veterans. Arsenal midfielder and Swiss team captain Leah Walti will be the stabilizing force for the Swiss. She'll be positioned at the base of the midfield, dictating forward play and protecting their backline with over 100 appearances for her nation. Fellow veteran Ramona Bachmann will also hold down the midfield on the left. She had 3 assists and 7 goals with PSG in the French league and will hope to contribute similarly in New Zealand and Australia. The third in a key trio of veterans for the Swiss is Anna Maria Crnogojcevic. She's been deployed on the right in the attack as either part of a striker pair or as an outside midfielder for the national team. Plan on seeing Bachmann link up with Crnogojcevic often, as Crnogojcevic has almost 70 goals for the Swiss. In another literal take on a nickname, the Philippine women are known as Filipinas, or literally, Philippine women. This is a debut for the team. They have yet to qualify for a World Cup or an Olympics. This team is still new to this large of an international stage. But looking at their matches over the past year or two, they've made it all the way to the semifinals of the Asia Cup, ultimately losing out to Korea. In April this year, the Filipinas won their 3 Olympic qualifiers. In May of this year, their Southeast Asia Games run came to an end, with the Filipinas unable to advance out of the group stage of that tournament. They did win 2 of their group stage matches, but the 1-0 loss to Myanmar cost them. Outside of their 5-0 loss to Iceland in the Benetar Cup, all their losses in the past 12 months have been by only 1 goal. So while they are the least favorite to make it out of this group, they aren't going to make it easy for the others to advance. The squad has players in clubs in the Philippines, Iceland, and Australia, with a few American collegiate athletes as well. This team is predominantly a team of unknowns coming into the tournament. Their status as unknowns may prove useful against the bigger teams, as they won't be quite sure what they are up against with this Philippine team. Captain Tone Anes will be key to steadying nerves for her teammates and running the show through their midfield. For any Buckeyes needing an underdog team to root for, Anes hails from Columbus, Ohio. Hallie Long will be relied on to hold the back line and rallying the defense. She's the most capped player for this team of relative unknowns at 74 caps. Goalkeeper Olivia McDaniels was instrumental in getting the team into the semifinals of the Asia Cup. She blocked 3 penalties from Chinese Taipei and made her penalty to help advance the Philippines on. This rounds up Group A of the Women's 2023 World Cup. Which 2 teams do you feel will advance to the round of 16 from Group A? Let us know down in the comments. Let us subscribe and turn on notifications to catch our videos on the remaining 7 groups of the World Cup. Plan on seeing Bachmann link up with Crnogojcevic often, as Crnogojcevic has almost 70 goals for the Swiss.